Good morning, my dear students. I hope you are safe and secure at home. Stay home, stay safe. Welcome back to our social studies online classes. Geography, 4th lesson, Climate of India. In the previous class, you have studied climate and weather, factors influencing climate and weather. The factors that affect climate are called climatic controls. These include latitude, land-water relationship, relief, upper air circulation. Now, let us discuss types of seasons in India. We are going to learn about types of monsoon in India. Monsoon is nothing but the rainy season. Now, according to India Meteorological Department, weather in India divided into 3 different seasons, and they are winter, summer and monsoon. Monsoon is further divided into 2 types. One is incoming monsoon or advancing monsoon, and another one is outgoing monsoon or retreating monsoon. When the weather in most places is relatively cool and pleasant. Monsoon play a vital role for Indian subcontinent. Monsoon term refers to seasonal moisture-rich winds. Now take a look at these points that make monsoon essential. The first one is rural income. Two-thirds of Indians depends on agriculture that makes so many farmers wait for the rains to begin. They can start sowing seeds of major crops such as rice, sugar, cotton. The second point is it replenishes water reservoirs. Water reservoirs store water for drinking purpose, power generation and irrigation purposes. Rainwater is a good freshwater resource. And the third point is it boosts the Indian economy. Now I want you to understand this chain reaction. When rural income increases, that is when there is a good rain and the agriculture yield was adequate, that will bring profit to the farmers. So this will create demand for manufactured goods like TV, vehicles and other household domestic items, which in turn helps the national economy. Now about different types of monsoon in India. In India we will find 2 types of monsoon. They are southwest monsoon. It is the main monsoon and they from the southwestern part of the country. Then we have the northeastern monsoon. They are also called retreating monsoon. That is, they leave the Indian subcontinent while still causing rainfall. Now you can have a look at these 2 pictures that shows both these southwestern as well as northeastern monsoons. The southwestern monsoon that comes from the southwestern part of the country, it occurs during the summer season. Remember that. And the other monsoon, that is the northeastern monsoon, that comes from the northeastern part of the country. Now let us try to understand both the monsoon in details. First let us begin with southwest monsoon. This monsoon starts in early June and settled by mid-July. Now Kerala is first state to receive rain due to the southwestern monsoon because it is lie exactly in the southwestern side of India. Southwest monsoon starts from the Arabian Sea in the west coast and slowly move towards the entire Indian subcontinents. Now let us try to understand about its formation during summer. The northern hemisphere is much warmer due to the position of sun rays. Because of this time, the position of the earth is slightly tilted towards the sun and most of the sun rays fall in northern hemisphere due to so much of sun rays. Landmass is warmer than ocean bodies. Not due to this phenomena, high pressure and low pressure system is created. Landmass being warm generates low pressure and the water body generates high pressure. And always remember, air moves from high pressure to low pressure. Southwest monsoon arrives in two branches. They are the Bay of Bengal branch and the Arabian Sea branch. Now let us read about the action of southwest monsoon. As we know that they starts from the Arabian in the west coast, therefore strikes Malabar coast of Kerala by June 1st. Along the Western Ghats, it reaches Mumbai on June 9th. It reaches Delhi on June 29. There is delay here because of southwestern wind off. Bay of Bengal is responsible in covering a long journey before it reaches the Indo-Gangetic plains. When it finally reaches it, brings rain to the states that lie on the Indo-Gangetic plains. The Arabian branch moves towards northeastern side towards Himalayas. The southwestern monsoon of Bay of Bengal branch wind moves towards the northwestern side through the Indo-Gangetic plain. Now second type of monsoon is northeastern monsoon or retreating monsoon. It begins in November. During winter, the northern hemisphere witnessed cold weather. The position of northern hemisphere is slightly tilted towards the sun, and because of that ample of sun rays falls on the northern hemisphere. December and January are the coldest months in India. In Himalayan region, heavily snowfalls takes place and that causes high pressure. After winter, when sun rays move from southern hemisphere towards equator, it makes water bodies warm. When moves from high pressure to low pressure zone, now the water body being warm attract the cold wind from the landmass, and due to this phenomena again, in the northern plains it is oppressively hot, a condition called October heat. Cyclones hit east coast and Bangladesh. Next topic, global warming and greenhouse effect. Earth, the third planet from the sun, the only planet having vast diversity of life forms, while other planets of our solar system are either scorching hot or bitterly cold. Earth has a relatively stable temperature. What is that which is making Earth different? What exactly making Earth such a favorable place to live on it? Is the Earth atmosphere, which is a thin blanket of air surrounding the Earth from all sides. This air is a mixture of many different gases, like an umbrella protects us from sun and rain. This thin layer of air protects Earth from harmful radiations from the sun, but the stable temperature is rising every passing year. Oceans are getting warmer, significant shift in the climate is seen, glaciers are melting. Why are this happening? What should be done to stop this all? We will find the answers to all these questions through the session. Earth is constantly bombarded with enormous amount of radiations from the sun, which we receive in the form of light and heat energy. This radiation in the form of visible ultraviolet and infrared have first passed the Earth atmosphere before reaching the surface. The ozone layer, which is present in the Earth's atmosphere, blocks some amount of harmful ultraviolet rays from reaching the surface. Of the remaining rays, the surface part of it is absorbed by the Earth, and some, specially the infrared waves, are reflected back into the space. This exchange of incoming and outgoing radiation that warms the Earth is referred the greenhouse effect. The gases involved in this are called greenhouse gases, which mainly includes carbon dioxide, methane, water vapor, etc. Topic: AGW and climate change. AGW means anthropogenic global warming, means caused by humans. AGW is influencing the climate change. Not only climate change, it is influenced weather change. So the atmospheric condition is changed a short period of time also because of AGW. International effort to form an agreement whereby all countries try to reduce their emission of greenhouse gases has so far not been achieved. An international organization called Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change IPCC was formed to address this issue. So the government and other different nations formed together a committee called IPCC, Intergovernment Panel on Climate Change. It is a global organization. It is addressed AGW. IPCC 2015 Paris Summit came to an agreement to reduce greenhouse gas emissions in order to limit the rise in global average temperature to well below 2 degrees Celsius above pre-industrialization level. On this agreement, total 195 countries signed. So, from 1999 to 2015, every meeting could not reach expectations. Reason is behind we have two category of countries, developed countries and developing countries. The disagreement are between the developed countries, mainly industrialized, economically more advanced countries of the West, and developing countries, countries that are not as industrialized. Developed countries want developing countries to cut down on burning coal and other activities that add greenhouse gases to the atmosphere. But developing countries argue that developed countries developed precisely by burning fossil fuels when they were developing. Means developed countries are expecting more amount of the carbon into the atmosphere. They are saying they could not cut down their carbon emissions. Developed countries say that their economic development will be seriously damaged. The developing countries have no other alternative rather than emitting more amount of carbon to develop their countries and bring them into the strong economic position or political stability. So, because of this controversy which is going on, two groups of nations we are having in the world. One of the human activities that contribute to global warming is deforestation. Deforestation is major issue. Daily thousands of hectares of land without mercy, but we are using only commercial purpose of that. And it comes real climatic condition because of cutting down the forest. When the greenhouse effect is completely coming down and temperature is going up. Impact of climate change on India. Though a rise of 2 degrees Celsius in average temperature may appear to be small, but it would result in a rise of 1 meter in sea levels by early next century. This would affect large portion of our coastal area and millions of people would have to be shifted. They would lose their livelihood. Nearly 200 squatter families living in Nondanga in East Kolkata for the past few years are in the process of being evicted by the Kolkata Metropolitan Development Authority. Many of the families came to Kolkata in search of work after the Aila super cyclone ravaged Sundarbans in 2009. On March 30th, the slum was bulldozed amid heavy police presence and some hutmates were set on fire. They work as house helps, rickshaw pullers and construction laborers. The other effect would be on rainfall. This is likely to be more erratic and lead to greater imbalance. Some places are likely to receive excess rainfall, whereas others would get less than normal. Hence, droughts and floods are expected to increase. This would affect the agriculture pattern and people's livelihood to a great extent. Climate change is something that happens at a global level. Therefore, it affects all of us. Okay, children, I hope you all understood the topic climate of India, climatic controls, climate and weather, and factors influence the climate, global warming, and climate change. Thank you.